Welcome to this little tutorial to get you through our bundle kit. We're going to paint a pineapple and give it a cute little design in the center. This one I'm using is Tropical Vibes. So I'm going to show you how to use acrylic paint to paint your pineapple really cute, and then we're going to chalk it and it's going to be absolutely perfect. So stay tuned. We're going to go through each step, show you how it's done. But first, here are my supplies. I went ahead and I got a cup of water. This is a painting cup I use where I do my acrylic paints, just some cup of water. Using a paper plate for my paints, and I have my paints here. So I've got some white. Let's go ahead and squeeze. Now you should have all of these paints also in your kit. This is a green, darker green color, more of an olive. And if you don't like that, you can switch up your green. So like a mint green or a lighter green. Got some black here. And the white and black are to accent our pineapple. Give it the lines it needs to give it character. And then our bright yellow for our pineapple. And we've got our paintbrush. I've included a nice paintbrush in there for you to give you some that you can clean, not only to paint this with, but to do your accent on. Here's our piece of twine I'm going to put to the side. That is for our brush or our pineapple later. And our transfer and our squeegee, you will also have a paste packet. Those are going to the side as well. And here's our pineapple. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got myself a paper towel here. I just like to use that to put to the side so I can go ahead and get all my paint. So I'm going to grab my paintbrush and I'm just going to go ahead and go to town on my pineapple. Now you may be thinking, well, I'm not a perfect painter, Christina. That's okay. This is not about perfection. To make this really cute pineapple, and it's super easy. Trust me, you don't have to be an artist to do this. So we're going ahead and we're going to go in. I do suggest that you paint both sides of your pineapple, just in case you do one side and you don't like it, or maybe the paint job on one side you like better, or if it's hanging up somewhere and it flips over, you still see the pineapple. Won't be just this naked wood base. Go ahead and I'm going to rinse out my brush. Rinse it out in the water. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to take my towel, get that yellow out of there, and I'm going to go ahead and paint my green. I want it to kind of merge a little bit. It's one piece of fruit. I don't need it to be perfect because if you remember, when you look at a pineapple, it's not perfect. On the top, make sure it's like I just pulled it out of a garden. You have to do one or two coats of your green. Back right over it. Give it a second coat here. Now if I need it to be totally dry, I'll just grab the hair dryer. Acrylic paint does dry fast, not as fast as chalk paste, but you can always use your hair dryer. Now you can also take your brush and kind of give your paint a little bit of direction so it looks like it's kind of sprouting off to those leaves. The green parts here, the spiky parts. Giving it a little bit of texture if you want. Some paint spots there. I want to make sure to go over. My brush fell apart. That's okay. Got that. Just get that out of there. Okay. Brush I just used is a little bit thicker than the brush I'm giving you. So I'm going to change to a brush more that size. And we're going to give our pineapple a little bit of edges and just going to make it look a little bit more like a pineapple. Give it its lines. It looks like it's line drawn. I'm using my Lysol wipe to clean up my wet paint. It's my trick. Now, again, if I wanted to, which I probably will later, I might flip this over and paint the yellow and the green so that if it flips over or if I don't like this side, I can start again. So I'm actually going to get started. To make this easier, I'm going to start with my white. I'm going to grab some white here and I'm going to give this, pineapples are spiky, right? So we want to make sure to give it, I'm actually going to kind of do wavy lines here just to kind of give it some texture. I'm going to go on the bottom. See how that's going? It's giving it its actual layers of spikiness. Okay, so I'm going to leave that a little bit open for I'm going to chalk in the center. So chalk will cover some of the paint. That's perfectly fine. I just don't want it to take over. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some white accents into the top of my pineapple. So I'm just going to go for the spikes. Maybe I've got one going this way. The spikiness. I'm going to go this way. And then just giving it those accents. And this will all come together once you add the black as well. I'm going to rinse my brush. White out of there because I need it for my black paint. Now you could just wash your brush with some soap and water if you're more comfortable. Just rinse mine out. Acrylic doesn't hang on too much. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line my pineapple with wavy lines as if it is hand drawn. Just to define this fruit a little bit. As if we drew it, which And away we are. Notice I'm adding the waves. I'm not going exactly to the cutout there. I can't be OCD. I can go exactly to that line, but I don't really want to. I just want my pineapple just to be unique like me. Now we're going to go for our spikes. So this is going to be a little different. With the black, we're actually going to go above towards that spike line and come back down. See how that kind of doesn't have to be perfect. See how that almost lines that piece. Here we go. Let's keep going. It's not perfect and you don't like it, you know what? Just grab a little more paint, go back over it. Great. You're doing a good job too. I don't even have to be there to see it to know it. Looks like I grabbed some of that green right there, not a problem. I'm going to take my black, just going to keep going. Perfect. There we go. Okay, now let's add our accents in the center. So I'm going to give me one here, and what I'm doing is I'm just adding a few here and there. Give it some layers and texture. Wow, that turned out really good. How cute. Isn't that great? So I'm going to dry this with my hair dryer, and then we're going to go ahead and get out our chalk couture and finish this last step. Okay, here's our pineapple ready to go. It is dry. All I did was I used my hair dryer to dry that just like I do my chalk couture paste. And you're going to have a paste packet in your little kit, but I'm going to go ahead and use my jar and check out my paste to see how it looks. Looks like I need just a little bit of water in this one. So I'm going to add a little bit of distilled water. We add distilled water in our jars so they don't get moldy. Tap water can actually cause your paste to get moldy, which is a little disturbing. Just a hair. Now, when you're doing this at home, you could have a wet paper towel to help with cleanup, or you could take this right to the sink for your transfer. You got 8 to 12 uses out of your little transfer, so you can use it multiple times with multiple things. Or you can use a Lysol wipe. A Clorox wipe will do as well. You just won't want something like a baby wipe that has moisturizer in it, because it can damage your transfer. Clean up my stir stick. Just stirred that up so it's ready to chop. There we go. So I already have my mini squeegee, which you have in your kit. I'm going to take my finger and rub it down the top of my transfer, and I'm going to go ahead and give it one good fuzz. If you don't have a fuzzy cloth like I do, you can put it on your shirt. Fuzzing one good time. Just doing that so that the transfer will come up and your design will go through that screen and the sticker will come up. Right? If we wanted a sticker, we'd buy a sticker. Making sure that I have no air bubbles on my tropical vibes. I'm going to grab me some paste. Put it right into my screen. Looks like I need just a hair more. And you'll see it doesn't take much paste at all to do this. Good. Put this to the side for now. With working with a jar, I like to go ahead and put my lid on. See, let me get this. There we go. Grab a corner. Our tropical vibes is pulled up. It's back on its backer sheet until it's time for me to wash it. I love that, don't you? Go ahead and give it a dry. And put in our twine, and then we'll be done. Now, if you wanted this to be outdoors, you would just spray this with a from Lowe's or Michael's or anything of that nature. You can also try Mod Podge. Alright, so my twine, I'm going to go ahead and twist the end. If you have any issues with your twine, you can put Scotch tape on the end. But I'm actually going to put it through. There's already holes in this. So I'm going to put it through the hole. Tie a knot here. It's had a little bit of paint in the hole. It's getting on my fingers. And my pineapple too. It's okay. Right. Let's go to our other side. I'll twist that, make sure it's nice and together. Push that through the hole. Let's tie it up. Now I'm just tying in a double knot. And there you go. Here's your pineapple, guys. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it the right way. Very cool. All done. And you can hang it up wherever you like. Don't forget, this kit is $15. And here it is. Here's the full kit. Your transfer and your paste packet is not in there yet. But as you order, I'll stick those in there. Give you a fun summer transfer to go with your wonderful pineapple. So for $15, you get quite a bit of stuff there, including all your paint. So go ahead and comment on this video if you'd like this particular product. $15, and you'll have it in your mailbox ASAP. Thanks for watching.